Hello everyone, Zelrant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to go ahead and talk about the support card that everyone, including myself, has been telling you to save all of your gems for, not pulling on anything until it comes out, and then when it does drop, to throw everything you have at it, trying to get as many copies as possible, and then getting MLB if you actually can pull it off with the amount of gems that we do get. So, right now I have the website pulled up that has all of the banner history from the Japanese version. And so I'll put a link to this in the description for those that want to look at this themselves. And so right now you can kind of see the current banners that we have are actually right here on here. So we have the one that everybody re-rolled on for getting a copy of Fine Motion as well as Super Creek. That's that one. We have the current Raid Up banner with the Oguri Cap and Sweet Tosho cards. This one you should not be pulling on at all. After that, we have two more banners that'll be coming out the next couple of weeks that you should be skipping. And then immediately after that, we will have the Kitasan Black card coming out alongside the Sanoto Diamond card. And so if you can actually look at the timelines here, based on the Japanese version, 1 March 2021 is when the Kitasan Black, or is when the game came out. And then Kitasan Black dropped on 29 March 2021. So if you think about it, just under a month after launch. And so that's why we keep saying it's about a month away until this card comes out, and you should save everything you can until it drops. Now, I've seen the estimated currency we should get by then being an additional 100 pulls plus all the extras. So getting to around 30k is potentially possible for most people, and that will give you one spark, which is at least one guarantee at 200 pulls. But I did see at 200 pulls that has about a 10% rate or 10% chance to get a full 5 copy. So unlikely to get 5 copies, but you should try and get as many copies as you can, because down the line we will get a currency that allows you to raid up any card, and this will be the first target of those when that currency comes out. And so let's actually just take a look at this card and what makes it so great and why it's one that you want to max dupe. And the first reason it has very good value now and continues to have very good value. A lot of cards are very good, but they're only very good for a limited amount of time, usually tied to specific scenarios. And then when we get to a new scenario, they can fall off very quickly. They're really good, then go way down and lose a lot of value really quick. This card does not have that problem, and even when it falls off the meta, it still stays very good. And so let's just look at the stats here. So this has the ability to show it with all your dupes. So right now, 0 diamonds means no dupes. I take it all the way to the max level. That's max dupes. So let's look at level 30. You get 1 copy. This is what you get. And it has a lot of standard stuff that you see on a lot of other cards. But the numbers are great. And it's all of the right combinations of them that makes it really good. So you have your friendship bonus, 20%. Starting bond up, 25%. So these are just the typical things. Trying to get your friendship up to them. If you remember, maxing out their friendship to a certain rate allows you to get those rainbow trainings that gives you a massive boost to the amount of stats you get. That's what's going to be key with this card, is those rainbow trainings, and we'll get to that when we see the rest of this card. But so you're going to be able to max out the friendship quicker. When you do train with them, you get increased training, always good. Race bonus, get more rewards and races. Fan count bonus, very good there. A lot of us, myself, with guilds that are going to have quotas for getting fan bonuses, it's nice to always have cards, like your best cards, having this on there, just so when you're doing the fan bonus grinding, you can use these cards if you really want to min-max those fans. Mood bonus, increases the mood stat when training, always good. Increases hit level from the events of this card. Hints are great for reducing the cost of skills. When you're really getting to that top level and you're trying to min-max your characters and get as many of those skills in there as possible, those are huge. Hint rate up, the odds of getting hints. So not only is the bonus good, but being able to get the hints in the first place is really good. So all great things there. But as you can see, there's 2 things here that are tied to the dupes. The first one being the power bonus, which you can get after you do 1 dupe at level 35. So when you train with her, you get 1 power. So that's nice, just a little top up on power. Even so, really good right there. And then also, when you max it out here, you can see all the stats on here went up a little bit, like 1% here, 1% here, 1% here. I think that one went up 3% maybe. Yeah, 3%. So a little bit of bonus everywhere, 3% there. That's 1 dupe. And that's just going to continue with everything all the way up to the 4th dupe, or yeah, so the 4th copy that you pull unlocks the last one where you're able to get the level 45 specialty rate up, and this is actually where it starts to get really good. So specialty rate up increases the probability of getting assigned to a special training category. So it basically makes it, as you know, they don't always train on their specified category. So if you remember in the beginning of the game, you're trying to get their friendship up, so you might train, like, she might be on, say, the wit instead of the running or the speed one. So you're going to do a wit training to get her friendship up, so that when your friendship's maxed and then she's on the speed one, you get that rainbow training. What this is doing is giving you an increased odds for her to land on the speed category itself when she is on the field. So that's really, really good right there. Now there is a math behind this, which we're going to look at here in a second. So this is increasing that probability by 40. And then if we max it out at max dupes, that goes all the way up to 80. And that is huge. So that makes it where very likely to land on or a very good chance to land on the speed category. And so you might have the question, well, what are the actual odds of her landing on that? And that is actually detailed in this large guide. I'll have a description in this as well, because this breaks down like everything in the game, in the math on it. And it talks about the statistics and passives on the cards. And it specifically uses the Kitasan card as an example of explaining that specialty rate up. So we don't need to do all the math on what the 80% does, but at level 80 base, so that last one there, if you get it all the way to 80 at max dupes, you go through the math and it works out to be a 32.4% chance that she lands on the speed category. And so what that effectively means is once you max her friendship up, not only is raising her trying to raise her friendship up, is she going to be on the speed category like a third of the time. When she is maxed out, about 1/3 of the time you're going to have rainbow on the speed category. So you're going to be able to max out. As you're seeing right now, people are maxing out their speed quite easily because they're putting like 3 speed cards into their decks so that they can have a very good chance of getting a rainbow speed. This card can do that pretty much by itself because it's going to be on that category all the time, about 1/3 of the time, like I said, if you have it at max dupe. And so that is very, very big of it. And then you're having, since you're going to be constantly training with this card, you're also going to get all these other bonuses on top of that. So speed is not going to be a problem with this card once you get it because of that rainbow training. And then you also have basically a lot of good skills that come alongside it, which are just kind of a bonus on top of it. You got your typical speed card skills here. So you have like the big gold one, Archline Professor. I don't know what's going to be named in our version if it has a different name. But your speed will increase at a random point in a random corner. I mean, just a nice little increase in speed. That's always good there. And then you have all your other little stuff here. But the biggest things that makes it so good are these right here. And if you can get the max dupes, it's just crazy how quickly you can max out speed with this card. And this will make it easier to get other stats leveled up too. Since you're going to have a reliable way to get rainbow speed, you pretty much only train speed when it's a rainbow. And then you can focus on other stats when you're not hitting a speed rainbow. So that's also going to be very good, like if you're trying to do inheritance characters. And so maybe you have the Kitasan Black to get your speed stat up so that you have a potential of getting a 3-star speed. But then you're also working on, say, power and stamina as well. So you have a good chance of, so if you hit one of them, you have a chance of getting a 3-star on any of them, which is a good way to farm for inheritance stars. Because you already have a really low chance of one individual one, so you kind of want to try all of them at the same time if possible. And that makes it easier for that. But not only that, also just being able to max out your speed and focus on other stats. And so hopefully that kind of gives you a good idea of why this card is so good. Is that in particular. And that's what you're going to see with a lot of other meta cards. Some of them are like really good skills. Some of them have certain combinations of this that work with different scenarios that makes them go in and out. But this one's just generically good. You're going to be able to get speed very quickly with this card. That's primarily what makes it really, really good. And it'll still be good at 1 dupe, or if you get 2 or 3. Because like I said, down the line, they're going to be introducing a rainbow currency. Let me see if I can actually find it here. Let me see. I forget what the name of it is. I can't find it here, but it's basically a fragment that'll be part of events. And these rainbow fragments can be combined into a rainbow piece. And it basically allows you to make any card, add a dupe to any card. And so you can, from what I understand, every 2 months you should be able to farm up enough of these fragments to get one crystal. So if, say, you get it to 4 dupes, after 2 months of farming this crystal, you'll be able to get it up to the 5th dupe and max it out. So just having it, even if you just get 1 copy of the card, that's good because you will be able to work on leveling up. I believe they add that currency to like the battle pass and stuff too. So you'll be able to move it up even quicker if you buy like the battle pass when that eventually comes out. So this is the card you should be saving up for and dumping everything you can in to get as many dupes as you can, because long term you are going to want to max dupe this. And that's pretty much it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments, and I can try and answer them as I see them. But if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.